The Magic Show is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, and check this out. On Saturday, September 6th, Your Move Games will host the first ever 5K Magic Day in Boston, Massachusetts. This event is open to all players and is expected to be huge, so mark your calendars and they'll see you in Boston.
www.thenextlevelunlimited.com. Dumbass. We have to go to www.thenolu.com. I get it. The next level was taken. Thenextlevelunlimited.com. Look it up. Thenextlevelunlimited.com. Not the next level. That was taken. I get it. The domain was already taken. It's cool. Next level. World of Warcraft. Thanks. Magic Show. What is this? You want me to do an intro? This is Patrick Chapin. I'm Patrick Chapin. The Magic Show Unlimited. No, my name's Patrick Chapin. I'm not having a nervous breakdown. This is Patrick Chapin. Welcome to the Magic Show. Welcome to the Magic Show. And welcome to the Magic Show. Welcome to the Magic. Welcome to the Magic Show. Welcome to the Magic Show. Hi, my name's Patrick Chapin. Welcome to the Magic Show.
Stop.
I don't know if end is the word I would use.
Well, let's not say end, but let's say postpone to the point
Of not being this year.
that's correct.
Actually, the best experience of my Magic career was playing in the Invitational in Malaysia.
Wow.
Like, being voted in and being recognized by, your peers that they want to see you, play. Kenji's awesome.
Yeah, I got to catch up with him. He was astounded he had to pay $4 for his Tidespout Tyrant. He couldn't believe it. $4. I'm like, I know, Kenji, I know.
Type 1 master. Oh, Type 1 master. Yeah, right. So, Brian DeMars and Steve Menendian were talking some ideas before the championship. Mm-hmm. And then, as always, well, at least since Eric Lauer took over, people are searching for answers to Brainstorm and Merchant Scroll, no longer being there to crutch on.
Right.
And some of the MeatNet guys, like Menendian and Mastriano, were committed to, TEPS or TPS or, long, whatever the tendrils plus 9 other cards combo is. And which it turns out is actually the best, I'm told. Like, now that they've had a chance to review it a little bit more, It's clear. I digress. The point is that Menendian and Mastriano were playing long, whereas DeMars is arguably the best slave. Like, DeMars and Riche are the two greatest Slaver players to ever play, and so DeMars was like, Slaver's a viable deck, I'm going to play it.
Okay.
And he was, messing around a little bit with library manipulation. He had particularly been favoring Sensei's Divinità, but there was something missing to it. It wasn't giving him the punch he needed, so he was tossing around ideas. He was like, Menendian, give me some ideas. Menendian suggested jokingly at one point strategic planning, just because they were naming obscure library manipulation cards.
Yeah.
And DeMars is a very outside-the-box thinker, and he just, he thought, maybe, because of the reanimation, it would be worth it, I mean, Impulse is a good card, and it's a little bit worse than Impulse. It's a sorcery, and it only looks at 3, but putting it into the graveyard is really powerful when you compare it to something like Careful Consideration. Right. I mean, Careful Study.
Right.
And he tried it out. It was incredible. It was the hit of the night before at the trials, and it went from being an obscure portal, 3 Kingdoms?
Yeah, 3 Kingdoms.
Uncommon. Yeah, so went from like a $20, $25 card up to $120. I think it settled around $100 the next day as a result of this insane rush on strategic plannings. Everyone wanted a playset, and the vintage people, they are serious when they want their pimp cards.
Speaking in terms of cards that you have actually impacted the value of, you have now, had the world discover Ruined Halo and
Which
Archon.
somehow people think is an eventide.
Yeah,
I love that.
weird?
That's hilarious. It's the best card in Eventide. You know,
Like, wait a minute.
no, it's
Back up.
next to Demigod of Revenge. It's the best card in Eventide. No, you know, I talked to Forsyth, and he physically, you know, he was talking about different cards in R&D that took off, and how, like, you know, fairies in R&D didn't have Scion of Una, and how, you know, they played Rune Halo in a lot of their decks, and there was all these different, you know, little differences between the FFL and the Future Feature League and real life. They say Rune Halo. I sit up and listen because they're really ahead of the curve on a lot of things that, like, they saw certain things coming before they actually came, you know?
Right.
Tried Rune Halo, and it was the actual epitome of efficiency against them, at least until they discover Everlasting Torment. That's why we gotta actually, us 5-color control players gotta brew up something special to trump Everlasting Torment, because if you're showing up, you know, to the battle with 4 Rune Halos, and the other guy just drops an Everlasting Torment, and just hoses your Finks, your Rune Halos, your, you know, everything,
It officially supposed to be you at that point.
yeah, so you gotta take it a step further.
Right.
Counter bore. You see, yeah, you counter bore. You're gonna play counter bore in your 5-color control deck anyway. You gotta counter people's Revel Arcs, you gotta counter bore people's Una's Grace, you gotta counter bore people's Cryptic Command. And if you counter bore Demigod of Revenge, and they have an Everlasting Torment,
That's kind of saucy.
yeah, so counter bore. There's only what, 2 weeks left, 3 weeks left? I don't know, a couple weeks left, but counter bore is the next level.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. No drafts at all. No draft for you. You get no draft.
Why do they do this? They make it really hard. See, I'm one of the champions of, you know, towing the company line for the company I don't even work for. I just have, like, in the past,
And you realize, I mean, I have the pressure of, like, you know, Evan, you're supposed to cheerlead, and I'm just like, but, exactly. I don't have PepsiCo on my side. All I've got's freaking the Magic players of the world. You know what we don't have? We don't have that leader. We don't have that person out there going, this is where we're going. This is where I want to take us. You know, here's where I want Magic to be. Here's how we get there. Basically, we sort of have the
So you're saying
headless monarch saying, you know, which we probably attribute to Hasbro because they're the empty suit behind the, you know, behind the people who care. But, you know, who is actually responsible for saying no more drafts or pre-releases?
we need a magical Moses. No, to lead us to the promised land. Do we not? Now, it could be Randy Bjorn. It could be Mark Rosewater. But Brian David Marshall, who? Appoint us a leader! The point is that Magic's doing okay. The problem is, you know, we're all still paying for the sins of Mage Knight.
Mage Knight?
Not Mage. What is that game?
Oh, Dreamblade?
Dreamblade, that's it. Yeah, Dreamblade. The Wizards miniature game. You know how hard they took it on that, right?
I understand they took it pretty hard.
Like, we're talking, if it weren't for how strong Magic is, it would have, many other ships would have sank. Like, it was, we're talking straight up, like, roll the 20, and it's a 1. And you're like, you grab it real fast because the DM looked away.
Right.
You roll it again when he looks, and it's a 1. Like, you're... All saving throws have been failed. They are really up the creek for that one, and I mean...
And Hecatomb. Hecatomb as well also was not the greatest stuff.
No. I think Wizards kind of got the message from Hasbro that you're paying for these other games.
Yeah.
You know, one way or the other. And Magic is going to have to eat a little bit of that.
What the hell happened to Gleemax?
What was Gleemax supposed to do?
I don't know. Alright, so let's say me and you were designing a Gleemax. What were you looking
Gleemax.
for? Now, let me tell you what I thought. When I first heard of Gleemax, and I heard an online community for gamers, right? What I basically had in my head was, this is a way for me to connect to local gamers in my community, basically local Magic players for me. Or it would be local D&D players for the D&D player, what have you. And you would basically set you up with a way to find other people in your area who want to play. Wouldn't it be cool to like see like yourself as like a dot on the map, and then you could see all these other dots. and those were the other people around you that played Magic or D&D or whatever.
That would be a really useful feature, especially if it was like a real map, so that you could see visibly there's a person, and it would be like, oh, there's 7 dots within a 15-mile radius of me.
That means I could get together a draft.
We could get a draft
amongst ourselves. That would be incredible, right? And you could do that through Google Maps and things like that. I mean, this is not rocket science. It's all just sort of like putting the form into function, like, you know, putting this gateway into work. I kept waiting for something like that. Like, if it's an online community, then where's the community other than logging on and looking at the forums? I started around Ice Age, Fallen Empires to Stronghold, and then Crickets, until I came to MagicGathering.com one day and I was like, man, I remember that game. It was great. I loved it. And I was like, what's this preview card? Skull Clamp. Wonder what this does.
That's how they got you?
No kidding.
They got you back in Skull Clamp? You're forgiven. Everything, it's all better now.
Skull Clamp brought Evan Irwin back into Magic. That is true. Of course, I was like, this is insane. I'm like, is this just insane? I'm like, I haven't played in years, but it seems insane. But
your intuition. What a work perspective. Like, you were playing during Stronghold, and then you took a hiatus, and it's sort of like you go into a time machine. You come out, and they're like, okay, this is the way we play Magic.
Yeah, 6th edition rules I've never heard of.
Okay, so there's this stack, right? And the way you work the stack is you put your Skull Clamp on a creature. Yeah, we have this new card type called Equipment.
Exactly.
And you put Skull Clamp on the creature. Oh no, it's the future. Everything costs 1. You know, everything. The only things that don't cost 1 are the things that cost 0.
Yeah.
The only things that don't cost 0 are the things that pay you to play them.
Yeah.
It's the future.
Come on.
You started playing Magic again because of Affinity?
Not because of Affinity.
In spite of...
Yes, I played White Weenie with Damping Matrix for months.
Good man.
I lost so many rating points. So many rating points. It wasn't even funny. You know what? Coming back to Magic made me realize that A, Affinity was the most broken aggro deck of all time, and B, that Plow Under is the most Plow Under is the most unfun, kicking the balls card ever created.
I disagree. Because to me, Plow Under's easy. When my opponent does it to me, I just quit. No, the game's over. Like, you're not going to win. Nobody gets plowed under and lives to tell about it.
This is true.
So what you do is you're like, oh, I can't win. And you know, sometimes you can win, so you play those games out, but you can actually win those games. But the thing is, so many games are over as soon as the person gets Plow Under.
Mm-hmm. Immediately.
However, pay a blue. Pay a blue. Pay a blue. So you don't... Did you play competitive Magic when that was what was on?
Yes, I
You're telling me that wasn't as much... Oh my god.
I know.
Pay a blue.
I used to play Stasis. I used to make people really mad at me.
Alright, here, time to go for it. Feldon's Cane. Pay a blue. I mean...
Then you Time Elemental back in Stasis, and then untap, and then Sarah Angel Stasis go. Drives me nuts. It absolutely...
Now I wouldn't know because I don't play Magic Online 3.0 because... But when I play Magic 2.0 or 1.0 or all the other Magics Onlines, I don't really play in tournament queues, so the draws won't affect me as much. But part of the reason I don't play in tournament queues is because of logistical nightmares, like not being able to draw. Wake up. Wake up.
You can't kill draws. That's stupid. Well, look, here's the thing. When I go to a tournament and they say it's 7 rounds, what happens in my mind? My mind says
5-1-1.
5-0, 5-0-2, or 5-1-1
Right.
will make top 8. Absolutely. I'm not thinking about 7-0. There's not a player in that room who's going, man, I can't wait to Dream Crush to EXO, you know? What the hell?
See, in Zach Dolan's day, you just had Worlds was single elimination.
Whoa.
512 player single elimination. You just gotta go, what is that, 10-0? All the way through.
Because I don't know, like, how in the hell do you get rid of draws? Because now you have a chess clock. But Magic is not chess. Why would you want to mirror a chess clock when you don't have chess clocks?
You know in chess they have draws. You can take intentional draws. was there some market analysis done where they said, how would you like to have one less option? You know what we want? We want to take away your ability to do something that you want to do. Does that sound really good to you?
That seemed to work all right.
I mean, that seems to be the recipe for version 3.0, right? Like, for instance, let's say you're making cars. You decide, I got an idea. Why don't we not have a radio this year? I mean, you had the technology to put the radio in before. Does it really cost that much money to put a radio in a car?
And plus, it's safer. You won't, be fiddling with a radio and die.
Right. I mean, the thing is, though, you got to ask the people who are buying the cars, do you ever listen to the radio? I mean, an awful lot of people have exercised the ability to draw before.
Well, I can say this safely. I will never in my life play a premiere event anything if I can't draw. Ever. I'm sorry. That doesn't make sense to me.
So this is your boycott. This is where you draw the line.
Oh, for Constructed Magic Online? Yes. I don't. I won't go there. Now, I'll keep trying the drafts. I'm trying. But even there, when you can't split the 8-4 cues, it's maddening.
I will say one really good thing about Magic Online. 3.0, 2.0, 17.0.
All right.
Worth Wolpert it is unbelievable how good of a job he is at given the position they've put him in. He's our magical Moses, at least when it comes to Moto, and I know that they haven't always given him the power to do what he would like to do.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of faith in his vision and what he's trying to do. I've seen him handle so many situations where people put him in, like, there are people who are just like, we have this problem. Worth. Deal with it. And Worth has answered so many problems, whether it be from bugs, complaints, people getting shafted out of a prize, or complaining about some feature that's not right or that should be better. And he listens to everyone. He thinks about what people are saying. If there were more Worth Wolperts in the in the Magic Online division, we would not be having these problems. So whoever has the ability to give Worth more power, dear God, please. That would be insane! There's an idea there, There's something there that should be explored. Part of this revamping Magic, this sort of taking Magic to, the part of taking Magic to a better place is that.
Love taking the guy's awesome. Except, his sign off, where he goes, hey, bye. That thing, I don't get it.
We can't all be tapping the cards, so you don't have to.
I can ride my bike with no handlebars, no handlebars, no handlebars. I can ride my bike with no handlebars, no handlebars.